What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Cryptid Saturday. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of failed on this one, right? So, Cryptid Saturdays are usually about like a list of cryptids throughout the state. Problem is with Massachusetts, I couldn't really find a list of them, because Massachusetts has this weird thing. They call it like it's like a weird triangle thing that they have there. It's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle on land in Massachusetts. Um, but one thing that did keep coming up was the Dover Demon, and that is probably one of the more famous Massachusetts cryptids. So when I say cryptids of Massachusetts, this is more like just a deep dive into the Dover Demon. The article I have has 12 facts about it, but hey, you know what? It's something. It's better than nothing. And if you guys know more cryptids that I can go over in the future in Massachusetts, please let me know, and I will definitely go over them in the comment section down below. Before we get into this, though, guys, please remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe, turn on that noti bell, and let's get into this article. All right, guys. So today's little thing is titled "The 12 Creepy Facts About the Dover Demon," and it is coming to you from thoughtcatalog.com. Please go over there and show them some love. The Dover Demon is a famous cryptid that has been spotted in and around Dover, Massachusetts. The demon is described as a gray or white creature having very large glowing eyes and abnormally long tendril-like fingers. It can walk on 2 feet, but it prefers to run on all fours. For the cryptid being so popular, the town of Dover is actually very small, with a population of only about 7,000 people. The first sighting of the Dover Demon was in 1977. Dover residents William Bartell John Baxter separately reported seeing a creature with glowing eyes and long fingers. The next night, Abby Bram saw the beast on a different road in town. The location of the three sightings form a straight line, so it went bing, 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 all the way down the road. By the way, guys, I have no clue what this is. Honestly, I think it's an alien because it makes no sense as to anything else that it could be. So I'm gonna just say that up front. My explanation for the Dover Demon is it is extraterrestrial or mass hysteria. But who knows? Maybe my opinion might change further along in this article. Now, William, John, and Abby drew similar sketches of the creature they saw. On his sketch, William wrote, "I, Bill Bartell, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature." Here is William's sketch. I mean, like, what do you even, what could I even attribute that to? There's nothing. Okay, so here's William Bartell's full story of the occurrence. The bizarre tale begins at 10:32 p.m. on April 21st as three 17-year-olds, Bill Bartlett, Mike Mazoka, and Andy Brody, are driving north on Farm Street. Bartell, who's behind the wheel of a Volkswagen, spots something creeping along a low wall of loose stones on the left side of the road. At first he thinks the image is of a dog or a cat, until his headlights shine on it and he realizes it's nothing he's ever seen before. The figure slowly turns its head and stares into the light, its two large, round, glassy, lidless eyes shining brightly like two orange marbles. Its watermelon-shaped head resting at the top of a thin neck. It's the size of the rest of its body except for its oversized head. The creature is thin, with long, spindly arms and legs, and large hands and feet. The skin is hairless and peach-colored, and it appears to have a rough texture, like wet sandpaper. Bartlett subsequently tells cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman. Standing no more than 3.5 to 4 feet tall, the figure is shaped like a baby's body with long arms and legs. It had been making its way along the wall, its long fingers curling around the rocks when the car lights surprised it. Unfortunately, neither of Bartlett's companions sees the creature. The sighting lasts only a few seconds, and before Bartlett can speak, the car leaves the scene. Then the creature is gone. Bartlett drops his friends off and goes to his Walpole? Okay. Street home. Visibly upset, he walks to the door and his father asks him what's wrong. Bartlett relates the story and later sketches what he sees. I mean, from his side of the story, it almost seems like it may be a melon head. And what melon heads were essentially just like inbred people that were all deformed. I wonder if that's what this was. Like, he actually saw something and it wasn't an alien, it was a melon head. That almost makes more sense to me personally. Here's John Baxter's account. Around midnight, 15-year-old John Baxter leaves his girlfriend Kathy Cronin's house at the south end of Miller High Road. Then, Baxter starts walking up the street on his way home. Half an hour later, after he has walked about a mile, He observes someone approaching him. Because the figure is short, Baxter assumes it's an acquaintance of his, M.G. Bouchard, who lives on the street. John calls out and no response. Baxter and the figure continue to approach each other until finally the latter stops. Baxter then halts as well and asks, "Who is that?" The sky is dark and overcast, and he can only see a shadowy form trying to get a better look. Baxter takes one step forward, and the figure scurries off to the left, running down a shallow wooded gully and up the opposite bank. As the figure runs, Baxter hears its footsteps on the dry leaves. He follows the figure down the slope, then stops and looks across the gully. There, he sees the creature standing in silhouette about 30 feet away, its feet molded around the top of a rock several feet from a tree. The creature's body reminds Baxter of a monkey's, except for its dark, figure-8 shaped head. Its eyes, two lighter spots in the middle of the head, are looking straight at Baxter, who after a few minutes begins to feel uneasy. Realizing he has never seen such a creature before and fearing what it might do next, he backs carefully up the slope, his heart pounding. He then walks very fast down the road to the intersection at Farm Street. There, a couple passing in a car pick him up and drive him home. That is kind of interesting, but he never really saw it, you know? Like he never, it never really seemed like he got a good look at it, you know? So, oh, that one's a little bit hard to say. I mean, it sounds like he's describing a monkey, but he could be describing a human, to be honest with you. I mean, it could be, you know, it's one of those is what it is kind of things. Here's John Baxter's sketch of the creature he saw. Notice how similar the two sketches are. I mean, they are similar. I will give you that. But his could be more of like an actual thing, you know, because he never actually saw it. But then again, though, if it was like I said, what if it was like a human, just a deformed human? He would never have known. Like he couldn't have told that from a silhouette. And yeah, okay, this thing has a big head. It could have been like, you know, a big head of hair and just like somebody with like really long fingers. Now I don't know what could have been out there. He could also have seen a Bigfoot. Like it's just weird to me. Like they're similar enough to be the same thing, possibly, but different enough to where it's like the first guy got an actual look at the thing. This guy saw something running away in the dark. You know, so it's like it's hard to like describe what that could be to me. Here is Abby Brabham's account of the Dover Demon. The next night, so this is already the next night. So these two were on the same day, and the next night, like this is a whole other day. The next night, Abby Brabham, 15, was being driven home by Will Tanter, 18, when she spotted something in the road. Brabham, too, described a strange creature with a large ovid head and long, spindly limbs. She said that the being was missing all facial features except for its eyes, which were round and glowed bright green, a color which she steadfastly insisted on to our investigators. Despite its idiosyncrasy, Tainter caught only a fleeting glimpse of the creature and said he saw something with a large head and tan body crouched in the road. Okay, so like that to me screams just human. Because I didn't see it very long. And this is the next day. You know what I mean? So I think this is people putting two and two together. You like my dog? What do you guys think? You guys like her? She looks cute, doesn't she? She's laying on the bed. She's about to go get her sister. But yeah, so like that kind of screams to me like this second one is probably for sure just a human. But I think they all might have been humans. Like I honestly think like the Dover Demon is probably a melonhead, and by melonhead I do, like I said, mean a deformed human. Some people think the Dover Demon could be a Managashi, an animal in Ojibwe lore. Managashi are a small, gangly race of trickster half-humans. Okay, where was this when I was researching all the freaking cryptids for this state? Anyway, the Dover Demon was featured on an episode of Cryptid Case Files. There was a slight hysteria about the Dover Demon after the original sightings, but modern sightings aren't common. Alright guys, well there was a deep dive into the Dover Demon, as well as the 3 stories from the eyewitnesses who actually saw them. I really did enjoy doing this deep dive over one cryptid as opposed to just one set of cryptids, so please let me know if any that you guys would like for me to do deep dives like this on in the future, and I will be sure to try and do those. All that being said there guys, please remember, hit that like, comment, subscribe, follow me, on all my social medias, which are coming up next, and I will see you guys next Saturday for Cryptid Saturdays.